the great. So here we go. We just quickly unmute, declare our pledge, the motto. It's all about serving in humility, follow the faith, create the vision, cherish the spirit. Here we go. On the count of three, we'll say.
One minute, CJ. Let me bring it up for everybody. So
I have it up. It's
have
up.
it up? Oh, okay, good. Okay, go ahead, CJ.
Yes, and please, if you don't mean it, don't say it. If you don't mean it, do not say it. It's about cherishing the spirit, creating the vision, following the faith, serving with humility. Here we go. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Cherish
Spirit, create the vision,
vision.
Serve in humility.
Okay.
Great. Fabulous. Good, guys can go ahead and mute yourself back so we don't have any background noise. And back to you, Novelet.
Well, that's Mr. CJ. He normally does his
Okay.
time of the morning.
All right, back to you, CJ.
He's normally asking about new.
Yeah, is anyone new? I think he dropped off. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he dropped off. Yeah. So let's, guys. Do we have anyone new on the call this morning? We'd love to welcome you. If you just want to go ahead and quickly unmute and let us know where you're calling from and who invited you to the call this morning, we would love to hear from you. All right, go ahead, Miss Dixon. Can you go ahead and unmute? I'll help you unmute. Okay, hang on 1 second. Okay, you're unmuted, Miss Dixon. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I was invited by Veronica Jonigan here in Tyler, Texas.
Okay, great, fantastic. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the call. We do all the heavy lifting here, so
you don't have to.
More than welcome to invite more folks to the call, and we'll go ahead and move on with our agenda. I'm not too sure, Novelet, what you have planned for this morning, but it's back to you.
Oh, okay. I just post the Eric Worre GoPro in the chat here. Is he still there?
Hold on, let's see.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
okay, I just posted in the chat. So you should be able to click in. Let me remove myself. I don't need to be on here twice.
Chat. Okay, I see it.
So when you click on it, you know where it says more, right below the GoPro audio. If you click on more.
Okay.
He should have, oh, he removed some of the audio,
Yeah, I see the audio.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
yeah. He removed some of the links. Okay.
Sorry, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, he removed some of the links that he had way back in the days when it just, yeah, that's when he had all those downloads. I'll have to check to see if I still have it that I can share with you.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, but just if you listen to this, the GoPro audio, it's all listed in there too anyway.
Yeah, it's all the synopsis. It's just a synopsis of the PowerPoint.
Actually, if you buy the book, you'll get it. It's in the book. Because I have the audio, I have the DVD, and I have the book as well. It's in the book.
Yeah.
So you can get the book online.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's nothing in the chat. Well, this morning, what are we gonna go to? It's supposed to be open call, right, Nick?
Yeah, it's an open call, yes.
So is there anything in particular anyone wanted to discuss? Otherwise, I did pull up a video for Friday, which we never touched on.
Yep.
Because Friday was a pretty good day.
Yep. Hey guys, if you have any questions about product, this is the best time to ask because we got the #1 person who knows all about Atomy products. So
Miss Maria is here too.
and Miss Maria. So we have two powerhouse product specialists on the call. So guys, if you have any questions.
Wow, this is a big one here because as they said, you do your research.
Yeah, so we got two powerhouse in the house, so that know all about products. So this is a good time for those who are on the call. If you have any questions about products,
Now, this is a big one here because
yeah, so
I don't know why it keeps doing that.
yeah, products. So please go ahead and unmute or put your question in the chat, and we'll be able to help you answer some of your questions on the products. But guys, just remember that we do have a powerhouse ourselves with our HemoHim. Our HemoHim is our #1 product in Atomy, and it will help with your
Immune system.
Your immune system. So any kind of issue you're having, HemoHim will help. So so that's our flagship product. So if you have any other additional questions on any other product, the what do you call it, omega-3 or any of the other vitamins, we will go ahead and take questions on those. But any kind of symptoms that you're having, HemoHim will help. Okay.
Yep, whatever your health challenges are.
Yep, exactly. All right, Novelet, I'm going to go ahead and turn the stage back to you. I actually got to run, but you guys have a great Monday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock for training. All right?
Yeah, and Nick is going to cover the new Atomy has done something awesome. Now you can share your link and people can register themselves without you having to do it. Nick is going to show you how that works. I have been praying for the company to do that because I always said to myself, it's just strange that we're not able to just share a link to someone and they can register themselves without you having to go in your back office and get it and give it to someone and then they can register. Now you don't have to do that. So this is great. Great news. So you can just
you imagine the explosion that is going to happen in Atomy right now.
Yeah, you can share your link your social media feed. Miss Jen said she did it and she got 2 new customers from doing that.
This is awesome.
Because people love the fact that they don't have to speak with you. A lot of times when you share your flyers or whatever and it says for them to call you, people would rather just have a link. They look at the information and say, hey, I want it. And they just go in there, register, and do it themselves. They feel like, hey, I don't have to talk to anyone. No one has to convince me. I made this decision on my own. So hopefully when they register, that's the only thing is you don't have the control of them registering and purchasing at the same time. Because some people will go ahead and register and not purchase. We just have to know that if we're doing that, we're going to have some of those people that go, oh, I'm going to register myself, and they do not purchase at that time, and they might not go back in and purchase. But I still love the fact that we have this option now. So Nick is going to cover that tomorrow. So for those of you who want to learn your back office, please be available tomorrow because that's the only time we're going to touch on back office. Because I do not touch on back office. Nick is going to cover that tomorrow. And I would recommend you come with your pen and paper so you can write the information down. But I'm excited about that. So let's go over to the video. I said this is an old one too from.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead, Justin.
So it's gonna be. I used to be a network marketing before. The one I used to be. you give the person your link, he register. But how Atomy gonna do it? Because what about the number? You have to register that person under like
I was in another company before when I was in that sanitary napkin company. It was also a binary. And we were able to just share a link and people register that the system automatically placed them left, right, left, right.
Yes.
The only thing is, with that company, we didn't have like ID numbers like that. People were registering and using a username to, you know, so everyone had a username. There were no ID number, but Atomy has figured out how to do it. So praise the Lord.
Nick is going to discuss that tomorrow.
Yeah.
He'll break that down for you.
So will you be available tomorrow, Justin?
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll touch on it, but they already have the system up because Miss Jen's post said she shared it and she got 2 new customers from it. So
well, who's gonna place the person on the system will place it?
Yes, the system will place them as they register themselves.
Well, Nick is going to show you how to
But Nick is going to touch on that tomorrow. So
okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's share. So this is a 2021 presentation that we did back then.
Has a presence. Check out our upcoming video on Atomy GSGS for more details.
Okay. All righty. Good evening, everyone. Welcome on this beautiful Sunday. Good evening and welcome to this beautiful Sunday night, Sunday afternoon information on your health and your welfare. So tonight we have a wonderful speaker. She is very knowledgeable and she's just going to get right into it. Her name is Ms. Novelette Bryan and she is off the chain. She knows what she's talking about, guys. Pay attention, get your paper and your pencil ready, write down your questions, even if so you don't forget it. And at the end of the session, we will be taking Q&A. So you can also put the question in the chat. So without further ado, and my name is Lorna Bailey, as you probably can see here. Anyways, didn't even introduce myself. So anyways, let me introduce you. And
as Ms. Lorna said, we'll get right into it so we can learn. As we just heard the young lady talk about the products and how they made it affordable for us because they go worldwide searching for the best products on the market to bring to us at a lesser value because there's no middleman. And guys, truly too, if you look at, and as she mentioned, the skincare line, we have the best skincare line. And we really have to market the products, and the skincare works for, doesn't matter what your skin tone is, it works. And if you just look at the products and go to Macy's or another one of these high-end store and compare, perfect example is our evening care 4-set. If you had to buy that evening care 4-set, all 4 pieces, say even at Macy's, you're gonna pay way more than $30-something for it. So we really do have absolute quality and absolute price. So let's get into it. As usual, I'm going to start with our wonderful Heme. Let me share my screen because I absolutely love Heme and what it can do for the body, how it helps to maintain our health for those of us who are looking to maintain. And for those who are looking for restoration, then we truly have the best product, in my opinion, because of what I see it's doing for all various types of health issue. And if you do one of your research, if you do research on Heme, one of the research you'll see is it says it's for total body restoration. So which means you don't have to ask, is it going to help for this issue or that issue or that issue? It's going to help no matter what your health issues are. So as it shows here, let me make my slide bigger. It says the ability to resist a particular infection or toxin through preventing development of pathogen and microorganism. So for basically well, it's supposed to be flu season, but we're not hearing about flu anymore. It's all about the virus that's going around. This is, in my opinion, the best product you can put in your body right now to boost your immune system. Because first and foremost, this is what this product was created for. The Korean scientists were dying from radiation damage, and radiation totally destroys your immune system. It destroys the cell, it destroys everything in your body. And this is what they came up with to save their scientists. And it did such a good job, we now have it. They decided to share it to the world. And guys, as it says, to maintain a healthy immune system, and it goes on, dietary supplement for may increase necessary, oh, where is that? Sorry, let's close that out. So this is the best product you can use for your immune system. There are too many testimonies on what this product can do for your body. So, and it talks about awakening your exhausted immune system, which most of us have. Most of us, because of our lifestyle, the day-to-day stress. And as they say, oxidative stress is what most of us have, and that's the worst that you can have, is that oxidative stress. Hemoheme is going to help with that. As it shows, it was an 8-year development of research by the Korean Atomic Energy. And, it's recognized by their functional health. It's recognized as a functional health supplement for your immune system. So there's a lot more you can research on it, and it's showing you the 3 different plants that it's comprised of. These are the 3 main plants. And we don't have them here. They're more in the Asian world now. This is some of what this product can do. As it says here, it activates your NK cells, which are your natural killer cells. It said it's developed in the bone marrow. So we need to have a healthy bone marrow, because if we do not have a healthy bone marrow, then we're not going to have this NK cells. We're not going to have it activated and doing what it's supposed to do. As it says, it plays a major role in rejection to infected cells. So it's going to help it. NK cells, basically, it goes through, it eats cancer cell, it eats all those other bad things that come in your body. And then the next one, the cytokine, it helps with transportation of protein that plays a role in your immune system as well. And then it talks about, improved bio defense. So it builds a defense around your body. So keeps you healthy. So when flu season comes around, you don't have to worry about, am I going to get the flu? Do I need to go get the flu shot? And nothing against anyone who wants to get the flu shot. I have never taken the flu shot ever in my life, because I've always maintained my health. So I don't have to worry about flu coming around. You're on the job, everyone's getting sick, you're never getting sick. When my daughter was in school, the teachers wanted to know, how come she never catches the cold? It's going around and she never gets it. Because our immune system does an excellent job if we give it what it needs. And Hemoheme really does do the job for the body. Now, who needs it? Everyone. Athletes, housewives, office workers, student, elderly, truck drivers, nurses, you name it. And housewives really do need it, especially if you have kids, you're taking care of the home, you're taking care of kids, you tend to not take care of yourself. You take care of everybody else except yourself. So as I said, the 3 main plants, it's showing you what it's comprised of. It's used for heartburn, intestinal gas, appetite, nervousness, plaque, trouble sleeping. That's going to help to remove that plaque buildup in your heart, arteries, or wherever. The second one is used as a herbal drug in treatment of pain, inflammation. Now, this is a big one here, because as they say, if you do your research on inflammation, they're saying about 80 to 90% of the population has inflammation, which is where you end up with all these health issues, the itis, the rheumatoid arthritis, the autoimmune disease, all of these things stem from inflammation there in the body. Then menstrual disturbance, anti-vitamin deficiency, it acts as a blood pressure depressant. So that's where people always get such wonderful results that have high blood pressure. It talks about tumors, glucose, as you can see all these on the screen, and it talks about cancer chemo prevention. So for those who have cancer, lots of testimonies with hemoheme, and if the individual choose to do chemotherapy, they can take hemoheme as well, because what hemoheme is going to do is protect your cells. Because as we know, cancer is a poison. I mean, chemotherapy is a poison. It kills everything in the body. It kills good, it kills bad. No death certificate ever says died from chemotherapy, but that's really what they died from. It's not the cancer, it's the chemo. So when you take hemoheme, it's going to keep those cells alive. So you will have a fighting chance of surviving chemo, which is a 3% survival rate if you ever research it. So it keeps your cell active. It keeps you healthy where you won't have the nausea, the vomiting, all those nasty side effects that comes along with chemo. This will not happen. Your blood count will stay high. The doctors will be amazed. So share with your friends that have cancer. And as it says here, it's also telling you the other benefits of it is used traditionally to treat female menstrual disorder and so forth. By improving the blood, as it says here, performance, sex drive. So men and women who might have that, you don't need Viagra. I've had lots of testimonies with people that tell me, well, I don't need Viagra anymore because hemoheme took care of it. It's also used for difficulty, you know, fertility. So if you know someone that's having fertility issue, it helps with that. And I would say why? As it cleanses the body, it's removing whatever might be blocking, whatever contaminant is there. So then the body can heal, and that's why it helps with fertility there. Weak bones, you know, and so forth. Fungal and bacterial infection. And then the last one, Peonia japonica, is found in northern Japan. It's used for gout, osteoarthritis, fever, respiratory tract infection, and so forth, as you see there. Menstrual issue, again, hardening of the arteries. I'm just picking out some of them. Epilepsy, nerve pain, migraine headache, chronic fatigue syndrome, premenstrual disorder, polycystic ovarian syndrome. So basically it covers everything that you can think of. And that's why I say you give this product to every single individual. And it's, as it says, gout, fever, respiratory tract illness. And at the bottom here, it is also used for starting menstruation or to cause an abortion. So this is why a pregnant person will not, you will not give this to someone that is pregnant, because you want them to have a healthy pregnancy. So that's it for the 3 plants there. And as it says here, this is one of the research I pulled up on it. It's talking about the protective effects of it as it helps with the stem cell. One moment, please, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so it helps to regenerate your own stem cells, as it says here, stem cells and the recovery of your immune cells. So you don't need to go out there and get all these, whatever they're using for stem cell regeneration. Hemoheme will help you to regenerate your own stem cells. So there's lots of research that you can find on this product. It helps with COPD, it helps with a whole lot. So as you go forth, just share, and here it's showing you the patent on it. So this is not a fly-by-night product. As you can see, the patent for the US is the herbal composition of improving anti-cancer activity, immune response. So it's, there you go, cancer. And I was surprised when I found out that it was actually patented in the United States, because we know this country, how it is with natural product, and we actually have a patent on this product here in the US. So that's great for you to share as well. So, and I wanted to share this. This is our immune system. So we have doctors telling us that our tonsils serve no purpose. The appendix serve doesn't serve any purpose. Your thyroid doesn't serve a purpose. This is your immune system. So all of us need to do everything we can possibly do to keep these organs in our bodies. My testimony, my daughter grew up healthy and decided, you know how kids are, I'm too strict, because when it comes to my diet, I don't play. So she was here in Florida, I was in Georgia for a while, and she just went crazy. By the time I came here, she had gained a lot of weight. She had to struggle to lose the weight. But come last year, the side effects of all this, of her eating things that was not a part of her diet, she lost her appendix. And from there on, she has been through a lot back and forth in the hospital because the doctor obviously did a botched up surgery with her. But the point is, if we take care of our health, we don't ever have to worry about going into the hospital. So she learned a valuable lesson. So now she's back on track. As she said, Mommy, I learned the hard way. I'm 54. I never had to go into the hospital for any reason. So of course it killed me that she had to go get her appendix out. And to lose your appendix is chronic inflammation because your body pH is off. So guys, your health is your greatest wealth. As I said here, nutrition is a huge part of how we look, feel, what we eat, drink, and put on our skin. Our health is our greatest asset. We don't get a do-over. Without it, everything else does not matter around you. So invest in your health. It's worth it. So sorry about ranting there. So next we have the vitamin C. I always do hemoheme and vitamin C. So vitamin C is very important in our bodies. As I said yesterday in the Zoom, we need vitamin C to keep us healthy. So we don't have to worry about the cold and the common flu and all that. But also, if we do not have vitamin C, we cannot absorb iron. And if we're not absorbing iron, then now there's two other issues, which is going to cause more than two other issues. So vitamin C is necessary for the body. So it helps with, as I said, it helps the body, it's antioxidant, and it helps you to build a natural defense around your body. Then it also helps absorb iron. It helps with your ability to remember. So a lot of Alzheimer's and dementia going around, step up on the vitamin C. It makes a difference because it also helps to combat stress and inflammation in the body. But also our vitamin C also helps to remove mucus from the body as well, and it helps to alkalize the body. So imagine you're taking hemoheme and vitamin C, what wonders you are doing for your body, especially our vitamin C. Now, it also helps with managing your blood pressure, and we don't want to use the word manage. We don't want to manage our health. We want to maintain, we want to keep a healthy health or restore our health if we have an issue. I hate the word maintain that the medical world is using because basically they're telling you to keep what you have, just maintain it. So we don't want to maintain, we want to stay healthy or restore the health. Vitamin C also helps with bowel disease like Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis. Imagine that. It helps with all that chronic inflammation of the digestive tract and oxidative stress. So we want to stay healthy by taking these products. It also helps with heart disease, which is one of the leading causes of death in this country. So here we go, something that's going to help with that as well. Then you're going to have shorter illness. If you feel like something is coming on, just take 2 or 3 of the vitamin C and you're good to go. It is that potent. It will pick your health right back up. And it helps with your eye health. So as you're taking hemoheme and the vitamin C, and if you choose to do our iLutein, so you see the wonder of taking all these products, because I've had testimonies where hemoheme has helped someone with their eye. They were seeing better, that's what they told me. And then we're taking the vitamin C on top of that. And last but not least, these are just some of the benefits of vitamin C. Scurvy. We have not heard much about it in years, but there was an outbreak years ago. And it was just simple dosage of vitamin C. They noticed all these people that came down with it was severely deficient in vitamin C. So those are all the reasons why we need to take vitamin C to keep us healthy. So I recommend Hemoheme and vitamin C together all the time. And this is basically the color food group that is made from the white group, which is basically God's natural antibiotic, is the garlic and the onion, because garlic and onion is the same family. Then there's the pear, then there's the black group, which is black beans, dry seaweed, black sesame. The green is broccoli, mugwort, and regular sesame, then strawberry, pomegranate, tomatoes, and then the mango. The yellow group is mango, tangerine, pumpkin, Psyllium lentus, and turmeric. Really good combination here that they have in this vitamin C. And as it says here, also help to maintain cognitive tissue formation. So there goes another reason why you need it, and it helps to protect free radicals as well. And then we have the Finezyme. Also, about 80% of the population, they say, also have digestive health issue. So if you are not digesting properly, then if you have digestive issue, your food is not being digested, which means sometimes, you have stomach ache, diarrhea, gas, and pain. It comes with a lot of issues. And this is the one product that we have that you take after a meal, and it tastes great. It's pineapple based. It tastes just like pineapple. It's a powder form. So if you want to just pop it in your mouth, it comes just like the vitamin C, and however you choose to take it. So also with a digestion issue, you're not going to be absorbing the nutrients in your food. Also, another thing that comes with that, which we're hearing a lot more about now, is leaky gut. So it also helps, digestion helps to prevent that leaky gut. A lot of people are coming down with leaky gut syndrome. And chronic fatigue and anxiety comes with your food not being digested. And as it shows here, the essential nutrients for it, it helps with, you have the biotin B1, and then the enzymes that's in it. And we can skip that here. B1 absorbs and digests of carbohydrates, and the biotin also helps with absorption and digestion of fat, carbohydrates, and protein. And the pantothenic acid helps as well with those. So we can go from there. And as it shows, it's pineapple and it's freeze dried. Now, red Korean ginseng. What are the benefits of ginseng? And we have the powder form, which is here. And this is the jelly sticks. We also have the powder form. Either way, whichever choice you choose, you're getting the benefits. In the gel form, you're not going to have that harsh, tart taste. They have figured a way to cover it with the gel sticks. So what are the benefits of ginseng? It helps with memory. It helps to improve your memory. It also helps to reduce inflammation. So all these products I've covered so far helps with inflammation, which is very big in this country. Our diet is killing us with inflammation. So along with Hemoheme, vitamin C, now we have ginseng that also helps with inflammation. But it also helps with the brain function as well, where we have Alzheimer's, dementia. And again, these three products help. Hemoheme, vitamin C, ginseng helps with that. Then we have, for those who have erectile dysfunction, it helps. So there we go, another one that helps in that area. It helps to boost your immune system. It helps to fight against cancer. So as we see, these same three products, Hemoheme, vitamin C, ginseng, it helps with tiredness, blood sugar level. It also helps with, you know, help with your diet. So again, we have these products, whichever route you choose to go, we have the products that's going to help you to maintain your health, which is a healthy lifestyle that we have here at Atomy. All our products are about a lifestyle. And I wanted to talk a little bit, I forgot about this when I was covering hemoheme. Autoimmune disease has become a big issue in the United States. And basically, it's our immune system just being thrown out of whack to the point where your body is now attacking itself. Perfect example is alopecia, is where your immune system, your body's attacking your hair follicles. Then you have so many others that's just popping up every which way. And it's becoming more and more prevalent. You know, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, celiac disease, multiple sclerosis, alopecia. I just covered all these autoimmune issues that's coming about. We have to really watch what we're using, watch what we're eating, all of this, so we do not end up with any of these issues. And basically, they're all the same. It's the one same disease, they just give them a different name based on where your body is attacking itself. But at the end of the day, it's the same one disease. So when you reach on them, it tells you the same thing. It's where your body is attacking itself. So that's not normal for your own body to be attacking itself. It's because of what we're putting in our bodies. We are confusing our body so much, it does not know what to do anymore. So guys, use the product. Hemoheme is going to detox your body. I'll go back to that and really clean it up so it can then go ahead and really take in all these products that we have here. And I wanted to do a disclaimer on that too. It does not heal the body. It just basically assists the body by detoxification, then building your body back up so the body can take over and do what it's created to do, which is heal. It knows how to heal perfectly. So use the products, guys. I'm gonna go switch from healthcare to other products that we're using that's detrimental to our health. So let me stop sharing. Let me go back. Sorry. I want to go to our website. Okay. So today I'm going to cover a little on our living area. Because I also am very much into our living products. Because a lot of times a lot of people buy the healthcare products, but they don't think much about what we're using. So just for a little eye opener, I have found articles on the dangers of fabric softener. I found articles on the dangers of dish soap. As it says here, dish soap, dangers on fabric softener. Then there's the other one I have here on the screen of the dangers of, where is it? I had it up. Just an eye opener for you guys. As it says here, the dangers, almost 100 different brands of shampoo, soap that have cancer-causing chemical. And it's not just the shampoo that we're using. It's talking about your dish shampoo and soaps and all the other things we're buying over the counter that we're using because we'll say they're cheaper. There's a reason why they're cheaper, because they're using cheap chemical. So perfect example is this is our body wash. Someone said to me, I can go to Walmart or wherever and get a container this big for the price that you guys are selling this for. Yes, you can. But what is in it? What are you washing your body with? Because as soon as it hits your skin, it absorbs the chemicals in seconds. Our skin is the biggest organ. Whatever we put on it goes right into our bloodstream. It goes straight to our brain. And you hear a lot of people say, but I eat healthy, why do I have cancer? Most people don't think about what they're using. So, and it says here in this article, I just wanted to show because it's a bit tedious. It says there has not been a major federal regulation on cosmetics since the federal cosmetic law was put in place in 1938, guys, 1938. While the European nation has banned more than 1,400 chemicals, the United States still prohibits about 30. I'm sure it's more. So they're not protecting our health here. So for those of you who are hearing people say, I only want to buy US made products, educate them on what's in the US made products, because they're not thinking about our health. So the dangers of fabric softener, everything that you're buying over the counter. So our wonderful fabric softener. As it says, it's nature made, natural. Okay, I will stop here for today, and I guess I can continue tomorrow. So let me stop sharing. Now I was taking notes on, because I did this presentation so long ago. And we have learned some new facts since then in regards to hemoheme, right, Maria? Like I said in the presentation, do not ever share hemoheme with someone that's pregnant. And it's a touch and go, but we've had testimonies. If you guys ever go on the Thursday night call of, I guess, 2 moms so far, one was pregnant and the baby had health challenges, and she took the hemoheme and reversed what was going on with the baby while the baby was still in the womb. And then one after the baby was born, she gave it to the baby. Am I correct there, Maria? Or Miss Carol? I know either one of you guys were probably on that call. So the mom that was pregnant decided to take the hemoheme for her unborn. So in that regards, I guess I would say if the person is willing to try it, I'm sure she took a much smaller dose than the whole entire packet. I don't remember. I would have to get with Mr. Strozier and get that recording and listen to it again. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to touch on. And there was something else I wrote down. I did not write it down. Oh, well. Yeah. So let me see what's here in the chat. At what age can children start taking hemoheme? As I just mentioned, there are babies that have taken it. You just gonna give a smaller amount, not the entire packet, because for a baby, maybe, the small spoon, but they've given it, remember, the product is natural. So if that child is having major health challenges, because I realize I used the word issue so many times now that I'm listening to these old presentations, I'm like, oh my God. So that's the beauty of recording yourself, so you can also listen to it again and you're like, oh no, I need to change these. You realize you're using the same words over and over. So I know that's a stray, but guys, practice yourself speaking and you will be able to correct yourself as well. So yeah. So babies can take it, just give them less. Because think about it, if your child are having major health issues, perfect example, if I had a baby that was diagnosed with cancer, I am sure gonna give that baby hemoheme. Because when you watch the St. Jude's commercial, I don't even like watching those commercials. It breaks my heart. All those babies that are suffering, and so many of them do not make it. And they've been doing this research forever on cancer, and we're not seeing a result. I often wonder, where's the money going? Because there's so many natural products out there, not just without that you hear people are getting results from with cancer. So I'm always saying, why are they not coming up with something with all the money they earn from the walks and all these things? I don't think they want to, because it's like $1 trillion industry with chemo. So anyway, if I had a child, I'm definitely going to give them Hemoheme and let it do what Hemoheme does for the body. Okay, KJ and then Ruth. Go ahead, KJ.
Yeah, I am back. Okay.
Welcome back.
Boy,
I was wondering what happened.
Yeah, my phone was out of service. It died on me. I thought I was gonna have a funeral with I thought I was gonna have a funeral prepared for my phone. I was like, oh my God. Well, what's going on? No, come back. I had to go to
Okay. So you have a question or comment this morning?
Yeah. I'm coming in. I just want to warm everybody up, Hey, good morning, everybody. Yes, leaders, and oh, by the way, customers who are here, good morning to you too as well. Just want to say that. All right, I got a question. One question. You're a mom, all right, and I have to ask this because since we're on the topic with him and babies, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is the biggest question I have for regarding to babies. All right, so babies got to do number 2. You think him can knock out that smell?
Well, yes, because it's detoxing the body. And that's a great question, because if you notice, as long as those babies are breastfeeding, you never there's no smell, because that baby is staying alkaline if the mom is alkaline. The moment you start putting in food, that baby body does not have that nice, perfect smell. We just love smelling those babies. They smell so nice and clean until you start putting in that people food, and then you're like, oh my God. So yes, Hemoheme is going to do that. Plus also the baby's getting water. It's not going to smell like that. Now, in this generation, doctors are telling mothers that the babies don't need water. This is what I'm going to say. If you start a human off not drinking water, they are not going to drink water as they become, as they grow. And that's why we're having all these major health challenges that we're having now. Perfect example, I'll always say, my nephew and my daughter, they're 8 years apart. So when my nephew was born, they sent my sister home from the hospital with 2 cases of water. Imagine that. 2 cases of water, the hospital sent her home with. 8 years later, I have my daughter. Guess what they're telling me when I asked for a bottle of water for her in the hospital? Oh no, you don't, babies do not need water. They're getting enough from the breast milk. You don't need to give them water. And I'm saying to myself, you're talking to the wrong mother, because we're water beings. We are created for water. And my child is not going to end up with a urinary tract infection or whatever else because I'm not giving her water. So I kept insisting, and the nurse was not happy. She brought it in and said, I'm going to make a note in your chart. I said, go right ahead, because she's drinking water here in the hospital and she's going to be drinking it when she gets home. How many of you guys have known babies that have ended up in the hospital from urinary tract infection? I have, because water flushes the body. So if these babies are not drinking water, they're setting up a perfect storm 20 years later, or sometimes these kids get sick way before then with cancer and diabetes, which we are seeing now. Kids are ending up with health issues that the older population used to have. Now the younger kids are having it. They have set up this perfect storm. And how many of us talk to people that tell you, oh, I don't drink water. I rarely drink water. A lot of them in my daughter's age group do not drink water. So what happened between the time when my nephew was born and that 8-year span when my daughter came along? They figured out how to make the population sicker and sicker by telling these parents, your babies do not need water. And this is why when you do your research, they can give you that projection of how many cases of diabetes and cancer and arthritis and whatever it is they're going to have within the next 10 years or 15 years. How can they predict that unless they set something up for that? They're going to tell you what percentage of increase it is for all these other health, for all these other sickness and disease out there. I just want to throw that out there that, you know, we need to think about it. And another thing is they remove their major goal is to remove the older generation from the home by putting them in nursing home. So they have full access to these young mothers because there's no elderly in the home to say, hey, this is what you do. This is how we did it. They're listening to everything my doctor says, my doctor says, my doctor says, and these kids are sick as ever. But when you have the older generation in the home, you have some homes, well, in the Caribbean, more, not so much in the US, will have 3 generations in the home. Mom, grandma, great-grandma. So there are people there to say, hey, do this for this baby. This is, the baby has colic. This is what you give the baby. The baby has this, blah, blah, blah. That's not around now because how many homes are there with you know, the older generation in it? And these kids are suffering. So share the product.
You know, I kind of agree about not giving a baby too much water. You know, give them a little water, but I breastfed my children. I have 2 children. I breastfed them longer than I probably needed to. But yeah, the breast milk is almost all water, except for the, you know, the nutrients that's in it. It's almost completely water. So if you're giving your baby formula, you might want to add. I don't trust formula. Might want to add a little water, but newborns, you have to be really careful about giving them water because it can cause kidney issues.
Hold on a minute there. We're going to agree to disagree on that because growing up in the Caribbean,
and also it could cause some health issues. But if you
maybe it's the bad water here because
too much water.
My daughter had water from day one, and I never rationed her water. Whenever she was thirsty, I would let her drink until she didn't want it anymore. And she never had issues.
I would give my kids a little bit of water. Well, newborns, I didn't give them any water because I knew that my breast milk had all the water they needed. But as they got older, you know, absolutely, you know, 1, 2, 3, they gotta have water.
All the way at age 1?
You have to be careful. Just be careful with the newborns, you know, especially if you're breastfeeding them, you're probably going to have enough water.
It's bad water here.
Just be careful with that.
Okay, we can agree on that. But I think the major challenge that they're having is because the water here is so bad. If the adults are getting sick on the water, the babies can get sick. So we can agree on that. But I know where I'm from growing up, babies always had water. And thank God my daughter had water from day one. She never had a problem. But just as Maria said, make sure they're getting the water by the time they're 1 so they get used to it. Otherwise, they're never going to drink. If you wait until they're 10, 11, or whatever, they're not going to drink that water because we are made for water.
wait a minute. Okay, okay. Wait a minute. You guys brought up a very, very important question. I had to come in real quick on this one. Okay, bad water is what considered the tap water or the one they sell it with the
A
baby
lot of the bottled water, but we're not going to touch on water today. But there's lots of article out there on water. There are lots and lots of perfect example. They have water that's especially for babies. In my presentation, that baby water, when I always make sure that I present the baby water, and it is always acidic. So this is why I said it's the water that's causing the problem. Every single bottled water that is specifically made for baby, when I test them, because if I see a new brand, I always test it. And they are always I have not tested not one bottled water that is specifically made for babies that's not acidic. So imagine that baby comes up newborn, perfectly alkaline. Yes, you're giving them that water, they can have adverse reaction because of the water. There's a serious problem in this country with water, bottled water. Anyway, I'm not going to touch on water anymore. As Mr. CJ will say, if somebody has more question on water, you can call me, but I'm not going to go any further on it. But find good water and let the kids drink. Now, Miss Ruth, you have your hands up?
Yes. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Good information. I remember back then when I first got into Atomy, I wasn't always on your call, but sometime, and then when I'm like, wow, it's great. And during the week, I was thinking about Lorna, but I couldn't remember her name. And I said, I have to call Novelet and ask, where is Lorna? And this morning, you have a video that play her name. I'm like, oh, this is she. Where is she? Do you know?
She moved.
I don't want to do too much, but I'm like,
she moved to Canada. She moved back to Canada to be with her kids and grandbabies, and she's having the time of her life with her grandbabies.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, and that was with my question. And oh no, not a question, something I wanted to say about the hemoim and babies. So we don't wanna, like in the Zoom sometimes they ask, but the company said, yeah, the kids you can give like on the hemoim to children 6 years. But we don't want to say give it to lower, like largely for everybody say, hey, you say you can give it, and the company says that.
Okay, the company says that because that's probably what their legal department says, but we've had many testimonies with young newborn.
No. What I want to say is not you not saying that I said it. I tell people to do it. It's not. I'm not arguing with you not saying that. Yes, you say it. That's what it is, because I remember I said it once because in the Zoom somebody asked. I said, hey, I give it to a children under 9 months. So to a kid under 9 months, but. So we just say, we don't say it for people not saying like, oh, no, let's say, or would say, or whatever, but we let you do it on your conscience or whatever you want to do. Like, go ahead and try it because it's plant-based, like we said. And then I have one testimony that I want to touch. It's not really a testimony, but there was one leader. He went to Haiti and give MOM to everybody, newborn, elderly, and everybody. And then one doctor said, because they said, do not give a full package to little ones. And he said, the doctor said, when your kid is sick and then you went to the hospital, they give him medicine. Do you know what they give him? You don't know. So that's why he said, the doctor said, do you know what they gave him for that infection that he has? No, you don't know. And then it's very, very harmful. He said, that's him. You can give a kid 6 packets if you want to, because it's nothing. It's natural. That's why he said, the doctor said, So, but So you can really give the baby, the kids, whoever, give him some, him. Don't give him too much. That's what we always say. But what you have to lose, like you were talking about with children having cancer, and yeah, that company like taking money and always ask for donation, and we know that they have the money, and nothing came out yet. Why they don't try something good? They don't want you to be healthy. They want you to be sick. So you stay sick with them, for them, and whatever. So you can give the kids the hemoin, even though it's a little. So for all of us in here, you don't need to ask what age again that I could give my baby hemoin. He can swallow, the baby can swallow, put something in the mouth, and then, so that's what I want to touch on. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing what that doctor said. I wish I'd seen that presentation. He's right though. You don't know what they're giving your baby when your baby's sick. So as he said, give them the hemoheme. I like that.
I know, but
Yeah.
we did have a baby. We had a couple of testimonies. We had that one baby that was born with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
Some other disabilities. And that baby was given hemoheme. I think it was like a teaspoon. No, not that much.
I take
small portion of hemoheme.
Mm-hmm.
And the baby, the Down syndrome was reversed, and other conditions disappeared. And I don't think it took very long. So, I just listen. I just say this: when you come on this call, so as far as I'm concerned, the information that you receive here is just to give you information. It's to educate you. It's not necessarily, we're not medical doctors, so we're not practicing medicine. And it's just to provide you with some alternatives, healthy alternatives that are available. So we're not trying to diagnose anything. If you have a medical condition, you may need to go to your doctor. I would try to find a functional medicine or an integrated medicine doctor, and then work in conjunction with a nutritionist. So, and then you make, your decisions. But everything that we have is plant-based, it's healthy, it's researched by some of the best scientists on the planet. And you're not going to get a lot of chemicals or harmful ingredients. Every products have been tested and retested. All kinds of studies have been made. But so again, as far as I'm concerned, this is for just to educate you, to inform you, because we need to be informed. You need to be informed because we know that people have been taking medications for years and never address the underlying problem. That's the big problem. People have been on high blood pressure medication 35, 40 years, still have high blood pressure, still have kidney issues, still have diabetes, still have arthritis, taking these medications.
Wait,
the pharmaceuticals.
And Maria, now they have vision problems because they've been taking those medications for so long.
Right, vision problems, dementia, from being on these medications. All of these side effects have far-reaching effects to destroy your health. So this is why it's important to come to this call for information, get educated, so that you can make educated decisions about your health and the health of your family. So again, we're not practicing medicine, but we are. Nevertheless, she's a researcher, so am I. We research and study everything. So, just like what was just spoken about what that doctor said. My nutritionist always says, and I think I said it the other day, you don't have a a prescription deficiency. You have a a food deficiency, a mineral, a vitamin deficiency. And so taking a prescription is not going to help you get well. It will put a bandage over a condition that needs major surgery, and not the kind of surgery that you get cut with a knife, but a major shift in your lifestyle, what you ingest and what you put on your body. So back to you, Nava.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Someone asked, a woman who is 50 years old has dryness in her private part. She needs to know what to take for that. Okay. First thing I would say is how much water. Typically when, that could also be a part of, I just remember the age. That comes with menopause as well. Having dryness in your private area for a woman comes with menopause because the hormonal imbalance is off. So I would say Hemoheme and the Sephora Queen, because Sephora Queen is the one product we have for menopausal challenge. So let's go to Sephora Queen.
The Rhubarb Queen, and we have borage oil.
Yeah, someone also put that in the chat too, so that was great. 3
specific ones, aside from Hemoheme, which is for everything. We have Sephora Queen, we have Rhubarb Queen, and we have our borage oil.
Yeah. And yeah, Rochelle typed it in the chat as well. And then what else is here in the chat? Can you retype the link for the Hemoheme testimonial? Do we have anything for children with autism? Hemoheme. Remember, guys, whatever the health challenges are, it's always going to be Hemoheme. So you start them with Hemoheme, and then you can add the vitamin C and what else would you add for the autism, Maria?
I would definitely do the Hemoheme and also omega-3.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the omega-3.
And also the ginkgo natto.
Okay, there you go.
And we have kid ginseng's too in Artesia.
Yes.
We have ginseng for kids, yeah.
And as Miss Carol says, start with cleaning out the house, no matter what the disease is. And that is true, because we're always so focused on what are we going to put in the body. But if we're living in a toxic chemical, which is our home, they said your home is the most toxic place ever, aside from the grocery store aisle that has all the laundry detergent, dishwashing liquid and stuff. They compare your home to that aisle in the laundry, in the grocery store, and you walk down that aisle and those fumes are coming at you, because we bring those same products home. We just do not have them in such a high concentration, but they're still in the home, and the fumes are coming through those containers, those laundry detergent, the fumes coming through, because whatever area you keep them in your home, if you have them in your cupboard and you open it, you smell it.
And the red dye.
Yes.
The red dye in the candies. A lot of people give their children Skittles and
M&Ms,
eyes of candy, and things of that nature, things that have no nutritional value whatsoever. So a lot of children are malnourished.
Yes.
Because mostly what they promote, especially in this country, a lot of these kids, unless you're from the Caribbean, because I don't believe people from Africa and the Caribbean feed their children that junk.
I did.
Cereal, but
cereal every morning. Cereal is not food.
Yeah, a lot of people feed their children junk food, so the kids have no nutrition. There's nothing to help their growing and developing bodies that they're going to have for the rest of their lives There's nothing to help them to build a good constitution or a good immune system because they're just getting chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese and French fries. So now they're getting all of these seed oils, some of the worst seed oils too, because a lot of this food is processed, prepackaged, processed, or is from fast food restaurants. So, and then the other problem with children who can be born healthy, but because they have parents who are not taking sufficient care of their responsibility to help children have good health, they sit them in front of computers and laptops, iPads all day on the phone. So they're getting all of the radiations from the phones. So that's not going to help their brain development and their ability to think for themselves and their problem solving skills. So it's just a whole cocktail of things that are impacting our children and their health.
Yeah. So I always agree with Miss Carol there. You got to detox your home as well, because you're taking all these wonderful products, but you're living in a toxic chemical plant, which is your home, because unfortunately, so many individuals do not open their windows when it's spring and fall, or when it's a beautiful day, and open all the windows and let the air come in and blow out all that toxic fume out of your house. Most individuals that I speak with, I'll ask them, do you ever open your window? Oh, no. So they go from there. Whatever grocery store you're in, whatever building you're in, that's perfectly sealed up in America. These buildings your office do not have windows that open for fresh air to come in. Your home has you don't open the windows in your home for fresh air to come in. And you go in the car and AC, and no one ever wonder what's AC made from. And you're breathing that in all the time. Listen, for me, the moment it's nice outside, all my windows in my homes are open. The windows in the cars open. Listen, wherever I go, if I can open a window, I'm opening it. I'm breathing God's fresh air. As long as it's nice and cool out, I want that breeze. And people think I'm crazy. I tell them I'll sleep with my window open because when it's nice out, I will do that. Because I want to breathe God's fresh air. Because whether you believe it or not, that's a part of your health. Breathing in nature, not the toxic fumes from your AC, from the car AC to the home AC. So all of that Miss Carol just put in the chat is also a part of your health. The products you bring in your home. That's why most kids with asthma, most asthma attacks happen in the home because of the chemicals in the home. So that's there. And let me see if we answer, if there are any more questions. That's it. So Miss Gabrielle, hopefully we did you justice there. Thank you, Miss Carol, for chiming in. So yeah. So,
I just want to add those two. There's the two app. I think the first one you brought up to attention, Yuka, Yuka. Is that correct pronunciation, Yuka?
Maria.
Yeah, we do have the Yuka app, but you'll see there are lots of other apps too that you can use that will give you insight on what you're purchasing. So you can know if it's healthy, and you it tells you, it gives you some suggestions of other things to purchase that might be healthier as well. So you can use that Yuka app and anything in the grocery store or anywhere you are really that you're making a purchase.
Okay, because I also wanted to add, to this platform, Bobby approved. That's also can also help with letting you know about the information on the products and the food as well, what's not to put in your body. Just want to add that for those who are who just not sure what to buy, these two great apps are wonderful. Just wanted to add that. Yuka and Bobby approve.
Yeah. We just have to become more vigilant because unfortunately there are more sickness and disease that's popping up more and more. And as the human body becomes weaker and weaker, there are going to be more sickness and disease. And think about it. They said this generation right now is the weakest generation ever. So this weakest generation that we have is reproducing. So if this is the weakest generation and they're reproducing, what are they reproducing? Weaker and weaker and weaker. But that can change if you start taking the product and then you educate your kids and your family member and those family member educating their family member as their body becomes stronger. Because now we showed up video the other day. I might need to go back to it and show you about those sick, weak, dead cells that's just going around in the body and what can happen as we start reproducing healthier cells, and that cell, reproduce healthier and healthier and healthier cells, that's how we're going to become better. And then the next generation can recover from it. But if it continues this way, what's going to happen? Think about 10, 15, 20 years from now, or 30 years from now, your grandkids, the great grandkids, imagine what their health's going to be like. The fallout is going to be really, really bad because it's going downhill. So we have an opportunity here to really help as many individuals as we can. So, yep. So go ahead, Miss Gabrielle.
Hi, thank you so much for all these instructions. It is amazing. Um, I have two concerns. The first one is I would like you to put in the chat the link for the testimonials for the YouTube link for the Emohi testimonials.
Okay, Nick, could you put that in the chat again, Nick? I just saw your face on the screen, so I know you're there.
I'm here, but I'm not home. I'm on the.
Okay. What is it again, Nick? I haven't even gone there.
Yeah, Atomy testimonial channel.
Okay, let me pull it up. Yeah, I'll pull it up. Oh, yeah. Let me just remove this and put it up. Fine. Where is it?
Is someone asking if Down syndrome is the same as
yeah, it was me.
As autoimmune? No, it's different. The Down syndrome, it's not. It's something entirely different. So Down syndrome it's like a genetic disorder, where you have an extra chromosome. So it's not the same as autism. Autism is with autism, it's has to do with the neurological system, and it's a neurological type of disorder. It's more associated with behavior. So they're two different things.
Okay, because I have a nephew who is no more than 8 years old and he has autism. Then another one is maybe 2 years more, no more, with autism. And I was like, what can I suggest for these children? So to help recover. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some other things that you could do that Atomy basically doesn't. I would just say hemoheme for one, but you really need to go kind of. Well, I'm not going to go into it, but there is some other avenues that you could try. But I would just talk to your doctor and talk to a good nutritionist. But as we were saying before, the ginkgo natto, the hemohim, what else did we say?
The rhubarb.
Connect the that's gonna connect the help the neurological system.
Yeah. So Miss Gabrielle, here it is on the screen.
Yes.
Oh, and also diet, where we talked about
Oh, yeah.
watching their diet. Omega-3, yeah, it was omega-3. Make sure they have a good multivitamin and give them omega-3. Omega-3 has been shown with children to do better in school, to be able to focus better. I would also look at the mushrooms now. I haven't looked at RG3 to see if it's recommended for children, but RD3 has mushrooms in it that help with brain function and focus. That will help. Because I know it has that lion's mane that's real good for the brain. I think it has 5 different mushrooms in there. And 2 or 3 of them are really good for brain function.
Yep.
And the ginkgo natto is going to help to promote healthy arteries in the brain.
Yeah, I need to get to the kids. Yeah, while you're talking, Maria, I'm trying to pull up the kids omega-3.
Yeah, that omega-3 is really good for behavioral challenges and with children.
Yeah.
Just a good multivitamin or multivitamins are good. Make sure that diet is really important.
Yes.
Probiotics. Don't we have a children's probiotic?
Yeah, that's what I have right here on the screen, the kids probiotic right here.
Yeah, probiotic, hopefully prebiotics is in
And
it.
this is on the ATG mall. And here's the kids omega-3 here.
Yeah, you want to make sure, just try to give them the best opportunity possible so that they can be at their optimum that they're able to be.
And look at this, Maria. I didn't realize they had this. They had kids red ginseng. This is also great for the brain. I would give this to that child as well, because ginseng is really good for the brain.
That would be excellent. I
was not aware that we had ginseng for the kids.
So kids ginseng, the omega-3, which is going to feed the brain, get the right oils in there. Don't give them any seed oils, no seed oils. Nothing that's going to cause oxidative stress.
So what Maria is saying, they need to stay away from all those oils on the market. Go to coconut oil, olive oil, or what's the other one? Avocado oil, which we have here.
Yeah, we have a delicious avocado oil. Don't buy them fast foods.
Right.
Yeah, cook at home,
And lots of fruits and veggies, whether they're eating it or juicing it or however you get it in, because remember, that's what God gives us to rebuild our bodies. It's those fruits and veggies.
And the core inside the pineapple, double edged, tell them about that.
Oh yeah, when I juice my pineapple, I just peel it and just slice it down the middle. I do not get rid of the core. I use it. Lots and lots of health benefits for the core of the pineapple. So here is the avocado,
which is going to be good for the stomach and the probiotics and that things and that help to promote a healthy microbiome in the stomach. So it's really food. It's really it's food, and it's what lifestyle changes. We have to get back to the old ways. They have moved the old landmarks that were put in place. We need to move them back.
Yeah.
Like I was saying the other day, I remember as a kid, well, as a young person, really being in the kitchen with my mom. She made everything from scratch.
Yeah.
You know, when we had spaghetti sauce, we make it from, well, you go get some fresh tomatoes and fresh herbs, make it all from scratch. Then they started putting stuff in the bottle like ragu and prego. People started buying that stuff. It was really somebody's mother's formula. But then, more than likely, when they first made it, it was real healthy. But as because of technology and advances in
mass production and all,
they begin to take shortcuts in everything.
I wonder how much tomatoes really in it.
Yeah, put together your own herbs and spices, you know. Put together, make your own stuff. Don't go buy stuff that's prepackaged.
Yeah. Especially when you have kids that are challenged like this, you want to make sure you're making everything at home. And then this is the last thing Maria mentioned, the pineapple core, they say, which is often discarded, is a nutritional powerhouse packed with health benefits. So stop throwing out your pineapple core. It is a rich source of enzyme with anti-inflammatory, digestive property, as well as vitamin C, manganese, fiber, and the list goes on and on. Digestive health, immune support, bone health, wound health, and I mean, it goes on and on. And that's what we throw away when we slice our pineapple and we throw out that inner piece, the center piece, which is the core. So if you juice, just slice it down the middle. I slice mine in 4 pieces and I just put it in my juicer and juice the whole thing. And I do not throw away the skin, because in the Caribbean, we use the skin. I wash my pineapple really well. I peel it, and I'll put that one pineapple skin in the freezer, and I'll peel a couple more, because we buy like 4 or 5 pineapple a week. And when I have enough, then I get my big pot of water. I throw that pineapple skin in there with some ginger, and I boil it and let it sit on the stove and pull all day and make my pineapple drinks. So I make my own drinks, and then I add me some brown sugar, because I tell you, only brown sugar is going to make it have that nice flavor. And you have your own drink. You're making pineapple drinks. So if you can eat the inner part, you can use the skin. It's just like with lemon, or, you don't throw away the skin. You can use the skin, boil it, and make tea. Orange skin, you can use it to make tea. That's what we do in the Caribbean. You just make sure you wash it off properly, and we let it dry, and we use it to make to make tea. And those are packed full with nutrients. So just some ideas of how you can start making your own. Because, we throw ginger and everything. Cucumber juice with ginger.
For children who may be having some type of brain disorder, neurological disorder, you might want to try walnuts. Because walnuts are really kind of like, if you open one up, they kind of shape sort of like how the brain looks in the inside.
Yes.
And that's a really, really good brain food. It's a good brain food for everyone, really. If you're if you're a senior citizen, you want to be eating a few handfuls of walnuts a day, because that's going to help with to improve your memory and help with your overall brain function. But it's also good for children who may have autism or some ADHD or something like that. else it has is it has a lot of omega-3 fatty acids in there. And
So
it's
go ahead.
really good. That makes it really good for their cognitive development. Hey, so a snack instead of like some French fries or something toxic, give them some fresh pineapples, the pineapple core, some walnuts, things like that.
And if you guys are buying your nuts, you want to get it raw, organic. The reason, because most of the nuts on the market is dry roasted. If it's dry roasted, it defeats the purpose of you eating it, because once you roast it, the oil's gone. And the whole purpose of truly eating nuts is for the oil. And once you roast it, you kill all the enzymes in it.
Now, with the walnuts, if you want to soak those, that's going to boost the nutrients, and it's going to make them more accessible when they consume them. So you want to do that. You can do that too. You don't have to, but it'll make them digest easier, and the nutrients get into the bloodstream quicker.
So yeah, so try to buy them raw. That's the best way. Because as I said, most of the nuts, as you see, and there's a reason why they do that. Most people just don't understand. When it's roasted, it's really dead. You think about it, back in the days when people would just go pick them from the tree and eat, you're getting all that nutritional benefits from it. But now everything is dry roasted. So, just clean them up and do what you got to do with it.
And if you've got that won't eat, they won't eat certain foods. I mean, you can take, crush up some walnuts, take a date or a fig, get some little carob, and you can make them a nice healthy treat. Have a healthy treat. So you just got to be creative, parents, grandparents. Just be creative, and you may not have a child that is dealing with ADHD or autism or something like that. But if we give them healthy foods, they will perform better in school, and they will do better all around, because what you eat also impacts how you feel in your emotions and how you handle stress. So it's real important.
Yeah, well said. So guys, thank you. And also, as Maria said, you can make it in a snack. And I know, like for my niece, she wouldn't eat a lot of those nuts. And when her dad started making smoothies, and you'll throw the nuts in and mix it with this, a lot of the fruits or veggies, especially fruits that they won't eat. If you make the smoothie and experiment with it and make it taste really good, you'll be surprised how they would drink it. I'll make it and give it to my niece, and she goes, "Ooh, this is great." And then she goes, "What's in it?" I tell her, she's like, "Ooh, I didn't know that was in it, but it's great. It tastes great." And the next day she'll come, "Did you make that again?" So if they won't eat it and you can get them to drink it, go right ahead, make that smoothie and give it to them. Because I did that a lot when my daughter was younger and wouldn't eat certain things. I just throw it in the blender. Banana is like the main ingredients to help with a lot of banana. And now it's mango season if you can get really good mangoes, because unfortunately, by the time it gets to you guys, they pick them young. So you really don't get to experience true mango if you didn't grow up in the Caribbean. Every once in a while, you'll get some that's great. But when you actually pick that from the tree and it's nice and sweet and you put that in your smoothie, oh my gosh. So anyway, that's enough for this morning. But guys, just experiment, and we got to do better for our kids, because the food they're giving us that's already pre-made, it's killing us and killing our kids. So that's it for today. Thank you, Miss Maria. Oh, and one last thing. The food that looks like a body part, like kidney beans, is for the kidneys, as they say, celery's for your bone. There's a reason. God made them looking like our body parts. and they really do go for that body parts. So just think about that. So thank you, Miss Maria. Thank you, everyone that participated and stuck around. Oh my God, it's almost 12 o'clock. So have a blessed day, everyone. See you all tomorrow. Oh, that'll be Nick tomorrow. So bye, everyone.
God bless everyone.
Oh Lord, we did not record it, Maria. Ooh, Nick's gonna have a weekend.
Oh well.
All righty. Bye, everyone.
It is recording.
Huh?
It is recording. In fact, I can see that it's recording.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. He pressed the
Yeah.
record button. Okay, great. Okay, let me stop then.